welcome to my channel. I'm doing a general reading for the zodiac that Spirit chooses. So let's take a look and see who Spirit wants me to read for today. Sagittarius. Okay. Spirit wants me to read for Sagittarius. Okay, I'm going to take it. This card I've got with this deck. There's Sagittarius in Sun, Sagittarius in Moon, Sagittarius in Eclipse, and then there's another one. And yet, for you Sagittarius, this is the card that always comes out in your reading. This is always the energy that you show up in. Growth. And I can already hear my Sagittarius collective saying, I'm so tired of growing. Can I just have a break? Learning to stop. Learning to accept that you've come far enough, you've done enough. Learning that where you are is more than enough and you can take a break is also part of our growth. For some of us, we don't know how to stop. We don't know how to stop finding the problems. We don't know how to stop finding the faults. We don't know how to stop finding what needs to be fixed, because that's our love language. We're good at fixing things. We're good at making things better. But at some point in our evolution, that becomes the problem. So, if you're a Sagittarius, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, it's good to have you guys here. All of my love to you. Thank you for all of your love and support on my channel. I'm going to ask you guys once again to continue commenting. Let me know what comes up for you in the reading. YouTube hides our videos, so all the interaction that you can possibly offer me throughout this reading would mean the world to me. Okay, it'll support my channel and help my channel to grow, so that people who might benefit from receiving these messages or having access to them can discover them, find them. Okay, if you're new, my name is Elif and I welcome you to evolve with me. I'm a no tools medium, so I'm born gifted. I've been reading and speaking to spirit and looking into other realms all of my life. This is who I am. And it is an honor for me to be here, to be able to share my gift with you. This channel is about supporting you on your spiritual journey. Alright? My purpose, my calling is to remind you who you are. And to help you to remember that how to navigate this thing we call life, and all of the different realms, dimensions, and avenues that come together collectively that we are part of upgrading and evolving within. Because you're living here in this 3D world, but you're actually active on different dimensions. You're influencing so much more than just your own life. And there are tools and techniques and ways in which we can navigate it with a lot more ease. If we learn how to read the signs, then we don't have to ship out or embark on our voyage into the ocean when there's going to be a big storm. Because with all the technology that we have and all the experience we've had, we know the signs. We have the technology that help us to know whether the sea is going to be rough, whether it's going to be a pleasant voyage. So why would we leave a day earlier if it's going to be tumultuous? If we're going to find ourselves in a storm, it just doesn't make sense. But what's happened for many of us, we've come here and we've forgotten. We've forgotten that we know how the ocean works. And I'm obviously using this is just an analogy. The ocean here is life. Okay, so to remind you how to read the signs, to remind you that you have that knowledge and that information, to remind you how to navigate life from a place of more ease. Because if you are stubborn and you want to embark a day earlier, then that means you're probably going to get to your destination much later. Number one, if you make it there, if you don't get washed up on a different island first, so there's a major detour and your ship wrecks and only half of your crew survives, And that's how we navigate life sometimes. And it doesn't have to be that hard. So this channel is about that, me helping you to clarify, to confirm what is active energetically for you, and to remind you through channeling and bringing you information and messages from Spirit, what you can do to navigate wherever you find yourself, whatever it is you've chosen to embark on, with more ease. So if this is something that resonates with you, then I hope you decide to become a part of the community, subscribe, and if you enjoy the reading, please don't forget to like, to comment, and to share. Okay, if you guys, every time a message resonates with you, if you can comment or just leave an emoji, a couple of emojis, it's going to help. Okay, so anything that you can do, I'd really appreciate it. All right, let's begin. So what I want to do for you guys is I want to look at money and career. I'm going to look at your general energy, where you find yourself right now on your journey, what Spirit wants to say to you, what Spirit wants to bring through for you about where you find yourself right now. And then I want to look at money, and then I'm going to look at love. I want to look at what the overall energy is around love, whatever's coming through in general for you, what it is you're dealing with, where you find yourself on this journey with romance, with love and romance. And then I want to look and see what's new, what's coming in towards you that is new, and anything that you need to know about that. And then at the end of the reading, I'm going to go through all the zodiac signs, because you could be dealing with any zodiac, and we're going to look at their feelings for you. So you might be in a situation where your mom is a Aries, and perhaps you had an argument, or maybe things just don't feel quite right, and you want to see what her feelings are towards you. So it doesn't just have to be about one particular area. It can be, you can choose the relationships in your life that you would like to answer that question about, and then you just obviously wait for the zodiac sign that resonates with who they are. Okay, so that's going to be at the end. Let's begin. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west, they have their sacred flames burning. I welcome in my guides and keepers, and I give thanks to your guides and keepers for allowing me to channel these messages for you, for connecting us in this divine way. And I want to thank your guides, and I want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to come onto your path in this way, where I can just share some divine light, channel this information for you that's going to serve you at this time. It's such an honor. It doesn't feel this way, beloved, but it is such a good time to be alive. Just welcoming in the energies. Okay. Right. So Sagittarius, growth. Success after a setback. Success, you've had many small successes. It is very important, Sagittarius, that you do not compare yourself to anybody else, to other people's timeline, to how things have worked out for everybody else. You are not them. You are a unique divine soul. You have your own timeline, you have your own mission, you have your own karma to clear, and you chose it. You know you're not a fool. You know you are wise. You know you're an ancient soul. You know you are beautiful, your heart's in the right space, and you know how to make good decisions. When you have friends come to you to ask for advice, you can see where the different paths are going to go, and you can point them to the right one. Whether they take your advice or not, it's up to them, but you know you've got a good eye for this. So why would you, as a soul, as an ancient soul with infinite intelligence, divine wisdom, map out a life year that is less than? You always, Sagittarius, choose a different path. You normally choose the path less traveled. Why? Because you can see, if I get there a little bit later, oh, it's going to be so sweet. Everybody's rushing to get to where they want to be quickly. I'm going to take the harder path. I'm going to clear the shrubs. I'm going to spend most of my life clearing shrubs. Because when I get to the beach, By that time, everybody else has gone on to other things, and I've got the beach all to myself, and I'm going to arrive there at the perfect time, and the right people are going to arrive at the beach with me. The people who care about quality over quantity, the people who are wise, those are the people I want to spend time on the beach with. And when we get there, by the time we get there, the coconut trees have already, they're ripe. The coconuts are ripe and they're new, and the trees are bearing new fruit. We arrive there at the perfect time. When the masses have gotten there and depleted everything, it's taken a couple of seasons for the orchards, for the trees and for everything to sort of go through their seasons, to clear out and to regrow, and you get the picture. So by the time we get there at the perfect time when it's all new again. Are you sure? Are you sure, Sagittarius? Everybody else is choosing those parts. I'm sure. Because when I get there, I'm going to love it. I can clear out shrubs for longer. It's going to be worth it to me in the end. Now in your human body, you're questioning it. It's been so many years. What have I done wrong? Everybody else has gotten there. Everybody else has already done 20 years with their partner. Everybody else has already achieved this, that, and the other. I'm still trying to purchase not my first home, but my home again. Or I'm just, you know what I mean? What have I achieved? I'm still trying to write my book. I'm still trying to write that music. I'm exhausted already, Elif. You're going to get a second breath. You are not a fool. You would not have chosen this path if it wasn't the best. And right now, you just cannot see it. But this is your reminder that you want to take your focus away from everybody else's timeline. And there are some of you that are like, okay, but I'm this age already and I haven't even been married yet. And I'm this age already and now I can't have kids. And there are people that have had kids older than you. I don't care what your age is. They weren't thinking about it. We limit ourselves by these 3D concepts of time. But realistically, okay, you can keep beating the drum of, but realistically, this is generally what happens. If you beat the drum that I'm not going to be the exception, that I'm just going to be the statistics, that, the general, then that is what you don't allow anything else to happen then. You are not the norm. You are supernatural. And it's time you remember that. The little victories matter. Go back to counting the little victories, to celebrating the little victories. They build momentum. And every time you have a victory, it's a little bigger, it's a little better. They build momentum. And before you know it, you will be where you want to be in that next place. But guess what? You'll be on to the next thing already. That's just the way you are. So you want to remember to allow the little victories to count, because by the time you let in that big thing that you're trying to manifest right now, it's not going to feel like a big thing anymore. So therefore, the things you've manifested are big things, but they don't feel like big things to you. So that's not your indicator of whether or not you're getting things right. The indicator of whether or not you're on the right path are all those little victories that you have week by week. Okay? What is the general energy for Sagittarius at this moment? Aloha healing. What is that? This is an ancient traditional prayer form. And I can't come up with the name now. Spirit will give it to me if it matters. But in this card, you will see that behind her, she's got a rainbow. And look at those beautiful flowers. And look in her hair. And behind her, there's that waterfall. The waterfall spirit is really bringing my awareness to the waterfall. If you have a waterfall nearby, Sagittarius, this is a good time for you to go and visit it. There is a tendency to be unforgiving of yourself, Sagittarius. And you wonder, have I done enough? Have I gotten it right? All the relationships that you find yourself looking back on, all of the experiences that you've had around money, around love, around the areas in your life that really matter, perhaps home, it's different for all of you. There are these key experiences that over time you've allowed them to define who you are. They can never define who you are. They can never define how anybody views you or your essence, because you were before. These are just experiences you were before you even manifested the experience. And these experiences, these people have come into your life to help you to clear out karma. So this is what Spirit is showing me you want to do right now. You want to accept that you have healed enough, that you don't need to fix any more broken bones, that there's nothing that needs to be repaired, that you're not getting it wrong, that you've done all the work that you need to do, and now you need to just let all of the medicine in. So Spirit is showing me that you sit down and you make a list of the key people that have been a part of these areas in your life where grief is coming up for you now. Why did that person do that? Why did that have to happen? That was really painful, and it set me back for a really long time, and I was really hoping that that would work out. Why did that person betray me? Why did that person do that to me? Right now, you have these old relationships coming to the surface, and you're feeling sad and heavy and a lot of grief around it. And Spirit is showing me you write out the names of these key people or these key situations, whether it's a company, and then you ask yourself, what was the one thing that I got out of this that is invaluable? What is the lesson, or what is the thing I got from this that is invaluable? And then you go through a prayer of thanks and forgiveness. So for example, if you write down Elif, what Elif taught me was that I have a tendency to want to see the best in everybody, but she showed me very many red flags around her relationship with money and how she handles money. And so I lost a lot of money, and I really felt robbed by her and betrayed. But she showed me who she was. I just didn't want to see it. And then when she did what she was going to do anyway, and what she's probably done to many people, it wasn't personal. I decided that it was personal. Okay. So what she taught me is that people are going to do what they do depending on where they are, and that my tendency to want to overlook the red flags is something that I want to stop doing. I want to believe people when they tell me who they are, through their actions, through how they've treated other people, through the things that they say to me. So that was an invaluable lesson, is to set an intention and make a promise to myself that I'm going to see people for who they really are and accept them. So you write that down. So acceptance is then and honesty to myself. Those are the two key things that I learned from Elif. So when you go through the list, you can start, when you start with Elif, you say, thank you for teaching me that everybody is always communicating who they are through their actions, through how they treat other people, through how they talk about their money, how they talk about love or friendship. And I've seen her that, and they show us who they are through how they treat certain things and they treat themselves. And that I don't need to look for my worth in hoping that that person's going to treat me differently. I can trust what they say, and I can accept that that's who they are, and I can then make my decisions according to that. So then I don't compromise myself or put myself in positions where I am going to be hurt and it's going to re-traumatize me. So thank you, Ella, for reminding me that people are always telling us who they are. And I don't have to judge them. I can just accept that that's you. That was your honesty. So thank you. And I forgive you. Da 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 da. And I forgive myself. Da 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 da. That's the prayer list that you want to go through here. This is what Spirit is communicating with me to heal this. You see, what I'm being shown is that the keys that you have been given on your journey, where you've decided, I'm going to take the longer road to clear away the shrubs. As you cleared away the shrubs, one time you stepped in glass. That was an uncomfortable experience. You battled to walk for a long time after that. That wound got septic, etc., etc., etc. Then the next time you were clearing away shrubs, you got some thorns in your arm. You didn't even realize they were there. You had a bit of an allergic reaction, and you were so sick that you were hallucinating for days until someone came along to give you an antidote to help you take care of it, to help you to remove. And thank goodness that happened, because you met this other person. And then you cleared away shrubs. And so you've had all these experiences around clearing away shrubs that you're asking yourself, why did I choose this path? Why is God doing this to me? You forgot you chose this path. But why would I choose this path, Elif? All of those experiences were you clearing out karma. So you step in glass, and this is just me speaking figuratively. This is analogy Spirit is showing, right? So I'm very, very blessed that I have a variety of gifts. But something I think that is quite special is that I have a direct channel where I receive antidotes. I call it antidotes or antidotal diagnosis to the problems you have. And Spirit tells me exactly what it is you need to do. And if you do it, your problem is solved. And so that's what I do a lot of in my coaching sessions. We don't always take the medicine, because as humans we are lazy, or we are more invested in the problem than sitting and doing the clearing and the healing. And that's fine. We get there when we need to get there. But this is that. So if I were you and this resonates, I would do this. And I'm actually going to, because Sagittarius is my sun sign. So I'm not going to miss the opportunity to use a divinely channeled antidote. This prayer it's a form of prayer. This is what you want to do to clear out the inverted concept or relationship that you have with these keys that have come onto your path to help you to clear out karma. When you stepped into the glass and you had that big cut, and then it became that uncomfortable experience that lasted, let's say, a couple of weeks. That, to you remember it as an unfortunate experience where you still have the scar, and it was a terrible cut, and I couldn't walk, and then it stunted my journey moving forward, and I wish that I never stepped there. But what you do not always realize is that was a physical experience that helped you to clear out karma, so that your path forward was always clear. You didn't step in glass again. And not only you, the descendants that came after you, and those who lived before you that actually still live right now, just in a different timeline. So you look back on these experiences and you look back at them as losses, inconvenience, tragedies. What this process that I've just given you, which is the sacred prayer that I've just given you, simple process, what it activates is a powerful I don't want to use the word magic, but it alchemizes that inverted where you see keys as swords or knives. So it clears your and everybody else that is affected by this. It clears the vision to see the keys not as knives or as swords, but as keys that unlock the doors to what it is that you've cleared karma for, to what you're wanting to manifest now for your joy and your happiness. Do you understand? Okay. Let's take a look at what's happening for Sagittarius with money and career. What is happening for Sagittarius with regards to their money and their career right now? Okay, 2 cards. I've got the High Priestess and the Page of Cups. Okay. This is a new, fulfilling beginning when it comes to money that is on the horizon. You don't see it yet. I see you looking into the cup, checking your bank account every time, checking your emails, checking to see if you've got more bookings, checking to see if you've got more orders. Okay? And it's okay. You can keep checking. Very, very soon, it's starting in small amounts. You've got the fish popping its head out. And the fish is symbolic of good luck and good fortune. At the moment, it's just one fish, and that's okay. That's how it starts. And every time that you check, it's going to multiply and multiply. You don't see it yet. I've got the High Priestess here. Intuitively, you can feel it. Intuitively, you know. You know, it's just a matter of time. You know you're clearing out when it comes to your abundance and your relationship with money. You know something divine is happening, but you do keep checking. And when you see it, there's a little bit of disappointment. It's like, oh, it's not yet. So what am I doing wrong? Is there something else I should do? Spirit wants you to know and be aware of the fact that our money is changing on this planet. You just need to be patient. The changes, they come in slowly. They don't just storm in all of a sudden like a tsunami. We don't want that. We don't want to be bulldozed by our relationship with money. We want it to come in gradually, and that is what's happening here. Okay, I'm going to go into more detail with regards to that, but I just want to check what's happening in the area of love and relationship first. I just want the overall energy for Sagittarius. Okay, what's happening for Sagittarius? Too many. Okay. What is happening for Sagittarius in the area of love and relationship? Okay. The Lovers. The Lovers. This is my Divine Union card. This is my Twin Flame card. This is my Soulmate card. Particularly my Twin Flame card. I am connected to the energy of the Twin Flames who have come in to, have ushered in the Twin Flame awakening, activation, and brings in the soulmate energy later when they come into full unity, when they come into full union. So that can be embodied in the relationship with your Twin Flame, but it can be embodied in a new face with a new body, new person, which is still connected to the soul self of your Twin Flame, even though those two people may never meet. Okay, So that's what that's going to be about. Let's see what's new. What's new that's coming in towards Sagittarius. Okay. What's coming in towards Sagittarius when it comes to love and relationship? For those interested in something new. The Sun, happiness. Happiness, happiness, happiness. Here we've got growth. We've got the Sun here too. That's beautiful. All right, now let's do a little bit of a deep dive. Let's start with money. Anything else Spirit wants to say to Sagittarius about their money? I've got the Ace of Cups. I love that. It confirms the cups in the Page of Cups. I've got the Strength card. Oh, beautiful. One more. Okay, two more. I've got the Ace of Pentacles and I've got the Chariot. This is all good. Love it. Okay, the Ace of Cups is symbolic of this cup that you keep looking into. You know that things have changed. You know that there's been an elevation and evolution when it's come to your relationship with money. It seems, however, that the flow of abundance has slowed down in the past few months or the past few weeks, and you're wondering if you're doing something wrong. It is just that the money energetically for the collective in the new earth on our planet is shifting. It's changing. So we just need to be patient with that because it's trickling in. But keep in mind your needs are met. It's uncomfortable for you because you want more than your needs being met. But for now, if you can just be patient and remember and understand that gradually the momentum is going to add up, speed up, okay? It's not going to be trickling. It's not going to stay sort of just enough forever. Look at how this water pours from the heavens. The cup can barely hold it. This is the kind of abundance that you are getting ready for, getting ready to be ready to enjoy and to make the most of when it comes in for you in the new earth, when it's divine timing for you. We're being prepped energetically and in every way to be able to have this major influx and still have a stable emotional center. Okay, but this Ace of Cups speaks of being emotionally fulfilled, being connected, having your work, the means through which your money comes into your experience, through the work that you do is so connected to your purpose, is so divinely connected. It's not detached from that which fills your heart. This is emotional fulfillment. This is feeling connected to source. This is knowing that this abundance flows from source to you. That the portal through which this abundance flows into your life is through the work that you love to do. It's not a place that you don't feel you fit in, but I'm staying because the money's good. It's not that kind of situation. That being in an unfulfilled situation is not a vibrational match to this level of abundance. This is money. This is silly money. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. This is silly money. And right now it feels like, really, is that for me? It feels like such a long time that I've just been getting by. When it happens, you're not even going to remember that you were asking this question. This is beautiful. This is the kind of abundance that just feels like favor. It just feels like divine favor. And then you've got strength. Okay, this is the divine feminine sitting on the throne of the Empress. Okay, you see, she in this deck, with this triple goddess deck of mine, she's not wrestling with the beast. She is healing, energetically healing this wolf. She knows that this wolf has been very misunderstood because of its wild nature, but she sees its beauty, she sees its strength, she knows its essence. This is someone that has done a lot of shadow work. This is somebody that has shown up for themselves. This is someone that understands that we don't need to change, that we need to change how we see one another. You are an incredibly, and that's why we've got the High Priestess here. You are an incredibly intuitive, divine goddess. You're a high priestess. You live and see between the worlds. You know more than most about what's really going on, and your insight is incredible. And therefore your capacity to love is unlike any. So your love is not for the faint-hearted. Your love is not for the normal. Your love is not for the normal. Your love is for the natural, the supernatural. And you are a healer. You revive things. You give everything that you spend time with. You bring it back to life. You give it new life. It goes through a rebirth. You have done incredible things here for so many, and all of that comes back to you. All of that comes back to you. You're healing something right now, whether you know it or not. Maybe you've been sleeping more. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit more exhausted. Maybe you've needed a lot more quiet time, and you're thinking, am I depressed? What's wrong with me? You're healing something powerful here. You're healing a part of you that is going to give birth to that music, to that course, to that book, to that whatever it is. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning. We've got a new Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning that you love, that is emotionally fulfilling. And then we've got this Ace of Coins. That's the coin. This is your stability. This coin, look at the trees around it. This is the acorn that manifests an entire forest from one acorn. But Spirit is saying it's just that you're practicing and your guides are trying to guide you to that place where you can take a seat and trust and let it be. Take a seat and trust and let it be, and not feel like something's wrong because you're not being productive, and not feel like something's wrong because there's not a lot of great movement. And for you, Sagittarius, you do want the movement. I totally get that. But you are being guided towards a different way of being that is kinder to your nervous system, that is kinder, that is just, you don't have kings and queens and emperors and empress scurrying around doing the work. So it's as if you've got to embody a whole new way of being. It's like you've got to practice being a madam when you've never been one. Okay? And then we've got the Chariot. This is swift, deliberate, forward movement. Fast-paced. Look, and this is stable. This is not moving forward with anxiety and with stress. This is moving forward at a fast pace, but confidence, joy, peace. I know where I'm going. That's this kind of Chariot. And then look at that. Look at that. That's where I'm headed. Just look at it. If you just look at it, you'll feel the energy. Look at the clouds in the sky. I don't even have to give you words for that. You can intuit that yourself. Tell me what comes up in the comments. Tell me what Spirit speaks to you of, where you're headed in the comments. When you tune into this, what is the energy? What is the energy saying to you? That's beautiful. I love that. Okay, let's move on to what is active for you in love and relationship. We've got the lovers here. The lovers, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm a twin flame. My collective are naturally going to be twin flames because you're just we've just come in with quite a mission, quite a blueprint when it comes to ushering in real unconditional love into this time-space reality. So the Lovers speaks of a lot of heartbreak. The Lovers speaks of the twin flames who have been born into families who didn't know how to love them. Where you have then had to embark on your own research and discovery of what all the concepts of love, and to bring them together and to make them fit, throw some out, and then to find your own version of what matches the blueprint that you carry, that is unconditional love. And every time that you have a mindset, an opinion, or take action that is contradictory to that which is you, which is unconditional love, it tears at your soul. It's not an easy path. But you are divine, and you have what it takes. But this lets me know that relationships have been a long-term challenge for you. You can write a book about the things you've been through. The heartbreaks, the abandonment, the rejection, the trauma. You had your heart broken very, very early. Very, very early by a primary caregiver. Your first heartbreak wasn't a boyfriend that cheated on you or left you for someone else. So the Lover speaks of being in situations where you are challenged to choose yourself. And you have to do that many, many times over until someone then finally chooses, until you've cleared out that karma, elevated the collective consciousness, your collective to a particular place, and then the divine masculine can come in and is ready to choose you. Because the divine masculine has learned to choose themselves, because you've ushered in that information energetically. So what is it that Spirit wants to tell you about this? What is it that you want to say to my Sagittarius about this? These relationships are very, very difficult. There's a lot of challenges. There's a lot of issues. And what I'm hearing is you've experienced being in a relationship. Oh, I love this. And then there's that, oh, crap. Really? Does that have to be here? So am I going to have to just learn to accept it, or am I going to have to let this go? But I don't want to let it go, because there's so much about it that's great, and then it's just back and forth until eventually you do what you need to do to choose yourself. And it's just heartbreak. Whether you're the one that walks away or the other person walks away, most of the time it is you. But it's not that you want to. You just have to choose yourself. And choosing yourself shouldn't have to be so painful. But you see, there's a higher purpose here. It's not an everyday normal thing. Okay. Okay, so what's coming out is the 7 of Pentacles. And this is about you realizing that the fruits that you are harvesting now, even though they are not packaged the way that other people's lives look, or that you can rejoice them or you can grieve them. You have the free will to do that. But if you, this card speaks of a tendency to be dissatisfied with what you reap. But I wanted more, Elif. More can only come when you accept that this is enough. Simple analogy, Spirit is saying to me, tell them about how, if they want to make an apple tart, they need to see the apple tart when they're picking the apples. They cannot just pick the apples and then be like, oh, it's not a tart, so I'm going to throw it away. This is rubbish. I wanted an apple tart. The apple tart can only be made with the apples. So you need the apples, but if you're going to want the tart, when you pick the apple from the tree, you're going to be dissatisfied because there's a process. You want to get to the place where when you look at the apples, you can see the tart. Okay, what does that say to me? It's as if Spirit is saying, when you look at your list of people that you've had false starts with, where the relationship's not worked out, or your lists of businesses that you've opened that you did not become a millionaire with, instead of looking at them as failures, you want to see them as part of the tart, right? So that because when you get to that place where you write that book that makes it so big that you're a millionaire, or where you open that company that does so well that you're a millionaire, in that company is all those other companies. When you get to that relationship where you manifest your soulmate that loves you and is everything you want, that you can't even believe how lucky you are, within him and her is fragments of all those other versions of them that you were willing to be with before, that you were part of helping them grow and evolve, and vice versa. Your soulmate is a culmination of all the lovers that you've ever had, and in every lifetime, and this one. It's about seeing the bigger picture, which you absolutely have the capacity to do, Sagittarius, because you have supernatural vision. But you are feeling dissatisfied at the moment because of these painful endings, and you are asking, am I just looking forward to a whole lot of painful endings moving forward? You see how the crone rests beneath the 10 swords peacefully. She knows after these 10 swords, it's a new beginning. She doesn't revisit these 10 swords. She's laid them to rest. She's laid that version of herself to rest, and she's looking forward to a new beginning because she knows nothing will repeat itself. Nothing will be the same, because I already know I've changed as a result of these experiences. How can I manifest the same experience that I did when I was a portion of who I am today? So every time you have a contrasting experience that contributes to your growth, you become more. So let's say this is you start here, and then you have a contrasting experience, and then you become more. And then you have another contrasting experience, and then you become more. But at the end of it, yes, it seems like, oh my God, I've just had all this horror and tragedy that happens, but now you're this. Can you see that you're this and not just look at yourself as tragedy? There are moments when you do see yourself as this, but you want to be honest with yourself, Sagittarius, right now, especially when you're feeling a bit vulnerable. It's easier for you to see the 10 swords. You are now this. You cannot re-experience what you experienced when you manifested this, because you had to be this version to manifest this. And you cannot re-experience what you manifested when you were this, because you had to be a match to what you manifested, had to be a match to this. Do you understand? You are more. You are not the same. And neither is your divine counterpart. So the good news is, as you've evolved to more, the lover that has incarnated in all these different versions of the lovers that you have bumped into over the years, the ones you like, the ones you dislike, the ones you're ashamed of, the ones you judge, the ones you begrudge, they're all a collective of your divine masculine showing up as different versions of themselves that needs to expand and grow in order to be the evolved version of self that is a match to your joy. So by the time you manifest your soulmate, it's a match to the evolved version of you. There's no risk of you manifesting beneath that. Do you understand? Queen of Wands. This is your energy, Sagittarius. Look at this card and tell me what it tells you. because the most important part of this reading is you. Tell me what your guides, your intuition is telling you. How does this feel? There's no right or wrong answer. And then there's this Three of Wands, which is a stable offer. This is stability. And then I have the Magician. This is you. You've manifested this. Okay. And this is such a balanced energy in this deck. Because you've done the work, you've done the research, you've educated yourself with regards to how this really works and who you truly are and what matters to you. And as a result, you have this Six of Cups coming in, this this soulmate, offering you not flowers, but a plant that can be watered and grow into a big tree. This is beautiful. This is a soulmate reunion. This is a soul coming into union. Okay, let's take a look at the sun. What's coming in for you? What's coming in for Sagittarius? This happiness. Thank you, Spirit. Another one. What's coming in for Sagittarius? So what comes in towards you is this abundance, this happy time with the Ten of Pentacles. Something really, really beautiful and powerful comes into your experience. This Ten of Pentacles is this emotional and financial abundance, which is, and next to the sun, it's just beautiful. And I've got this prediction here of the soulmate coming in. This is somebody that is financially stable, in fact, financially abundant. This person feels like a total gift to you and recognizes that you're a gift. But what happens is there's some sort of challenge that comes into the equation. Things feel really great. You can see things moving in a beautiful, you can see the potential for this. You can see how incredible it is. And then out of nowhere, there's this Five of Coins where you give someone a timeout. Maybe you get anxious, maybe your fears get the better of you, or their fears get the better of them, or something comes up and they just can't, they take a step back from this and you just feel totally abandoned. Okay, and then what happens? Then I've got the, so this is, they're telling me a story here. And then there's the Queen of Pentacles. This is to remind you, to bring you back to yourself, to that place of security. Initially, you're going to wobble a bit. You're going to feel like, oh my God, what happened? Should I have said that? Did I just mess this up? Or was I imagining? Was I delusional again? Seeing things that are not really there? Was this person maybe not as great as I thought? Okay. But this needs to happen so that you can center yourself and remember that you don't have to feel insecure in any situation, because you have stability within yourself. Whether somebody comes or goes is irrelevant. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. Splitting the deck. What's the rest of the story? And then, once you find yourself in that place where it's okay, I didn't imagine myself. This is beautiful. But it's okay that it's not everything I want, and I don't have to take it personally. And it's not a loss. Maybe this person is just not on the level vibrationally of what it is I've ushered in or called forward. So I'm going to accept this because I'm okay on my own. I'm comfortable here. I like myself. I like my company. I've not lost anything. This is not a big deal. I enjoyed it while it lasted, and I can still appreciate this person. And I'm okay. Whatever it is, I'm okay with it now. Then you have the Star. And the Star is suddenly, you have your wish fulfillment coming in. Suddenly things turn around with this person out of nowhere, or something new comes in. It's going to be different for all of you. But the Star is about realizing, oh, that was the final stepping stone. That was the breakthrough I've been waiting for. Here's my wish fulfillment. This person is not holding back on anything. This person is expressing their love, and it's everything I want. This is what I've wanted to hear. I am being put on a pedestal. I'm finally being seen and recognized for who I am. 2 of Wands. I'm moving forward. I'm leaving the past behind. I don't need to take it with me. I'm moving forward. Passionate communication, back and forth, expressing vulnerabilities, feelings, intentions, and passion. And Spirit saying, and then realizing, Spirit told me it's going to be like this, but I doubted it for a period of time. And then we've got the Empress. This is 2 people that have their own empires. They don't need other people to make them whole. The Empress is then suddenly in this new relationship, in this new connection, you give birth to a whole new world together. And this is the Knight of Wands. Lots of passion, lots of passionate communication towards you. I feel like there's going to be a turn. There's going to be a little twist in the story. It's going to be a twist in the story, but it's going to, when you look back on it, you're going to understand how beautiful it makes this story. Because regardless of anything else, the first 2 cards, what's at the heart of this new beginning is the Sun, and it is the 10 of Coins. This is a lot of abundance. Okay, beautiful. I love that. I'm going to take a look at feelings now. I'm going to go through the zodiacs. I'm going to take a look at their feelings for you. Okay. If you're dealing with, where do I begin? Let's start with, Virgo. Okay. I think we've gone into Libra season already now, but I mean, I just feel like starting with Virgo. If you're dealing with a Virgo, what are their feelings for you? How does Virgo feel about Sagittarius? 6 of Cups. The soulmate that's coming in towards you is possibly a Virgo, or they have Virgo in their chart. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Virgo feels that you're their soulmate. Virgo feels that they want a reunion with you. They feel like this is a deeply spiritual connection, and they want to offer you something beautiful. They think that there is an opportunity for that, and they're quite eager about it. Let's move on to Libra. How does Libra feel about Sagittarius right now? Libra's feelings for Sagittarius. Thank you, Spirit. Libra's feelings for Sagittarius is King of Pentacles. Libra wants to take care of you. Okay. Libra wants to bring stability into your world, and they understand that the most important thing they can do is be solid. So Libra is not saying everything that they want to say. They're not expressing their passions and their feelings. They're holding back a lot because they don't feel that they have the right to rock your world with all of their emotions and feelings. They'd rather take action towards you that is solid, that they are 100% certain about, and they want to take care of you. Scorpio. How does Scorpio feel about Sagittarius? We've got the Knight of Cups. Scorpio wants to, they want to offer you a romantic gesture. They want to come towards you quickly with an offer of romance, to express their feelings, to tell you how they feel. To this Scorpio wants to court you. Scorpio wants to let you know how special you are. They're feeling a lot of romantic feelings towards you. Okay? And they're going to make an offer, a romantic offer soon, if they haven't yet. Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a Sag, how does Sagittarius feel about my Saggies? Thank you. Got the Magician. Sagittarius, if you're dealing with the Sagittarius, they're wanting to manifest something with you here, but at the moment they're in a, I'm sensing that they're in a bit of a insecure, fearful energy when it comes to you, and their actions right now are unintentionally manipulative. Because they're not confident. I think something's happened between you guys that has affected their confidence. So just give them a bit of time with this. I feel like this Sagittarius is in their head when it comes to you. They don't like being there. They weren't there before. Something definitely happened here that has rocked their boat a bit. Capricorn. Sagittarius dealing with Capricorn, how are they feeling? Wheel of Fortune, they just feel like the luckiest person alive. They feel like you're the best thing that's happened to them in a long time, and that since you've been in their lives, everything's just worked out perfectly. They feel like you're an absolute gift. Okay? This person feels very, very lucky to have you. Aquarius, how's Aquarius feeling about my Sagittarius? We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Aquarius feels like you are home, you are stable, you are nurturing. This is the card of the wife. So you're either married to this Aquarius, or this Aquarius sees you being that, playing that role in their life, being their partner, being home, being the one they come home to. They feel that this is a very stable connection, and they feel very secure emotionally when it comes to you. Okay, Pisces. How does Pisces feel about Sagittarius? Thank you, Spirit. Pisces feels like they want to express. Pisces is feeling very inspired when it comes to you. Pisces is suddenly realizing all the incredible ways you have touched their lives, and I feel like there's history here, and they're just wanting to express that to you. They're feeling intense passion and intense feelings, and they really want to share it with you. And so don't be surprised if you get lots of messages where they're just declaring or expressing feelings of appreciation and passion. We're moving on to Aries. How does Aries feel about Sagittarius today, or at this time? Too many. Thank you, Spirit. Aries' feelings for Sagittarius. I think a lot is going on for Aries. Aries wants some sort of celebration with you. Aries might even want to marry you or take this relationship to the next level. They feel like they want some sort of commitment or some sort of level up when it comes. They're thinking about, how can I take this connection to the next level with Sagittarius? But I feel like there's a lot going on with Aries, because so many cards came out. I had a sneak peek of quite a couple of things. And this Nine of Cups fell out. Aries feels like you're their wish fulfillment. You might be everything they've ever wanted, and I feel like they're only realizing it now. So don't be surprised if you get a conversation soon. Taurus. How is Taurus feeling about Sagittarius? Death. Something is changing. Taurus is letting go. Taurus feels like something needs to change, or something's changing. They've got to let go of expectations here. For some of you, this feels like the end of this connection. Okay? And then we've got Gemini. How's Gemini feeling about Sagittarius? How does Gemini feel about Sagittarius? The Sun. Gemini feels so much abundance, so much joy. Gemini feels like since you came into their life, they're looking back on things and just realizing that a lot of abundance and favor came into their life when they met you, and that all their moments with you, their memories with you, are actually happy ones. Really, really happy ones. So there's a lot of happiness that Gemini feels in relation to you. Cancer. How does Cancer feel? How does Cancer feel about Sagittarius right now? I've got, okay, which one do I take here? Give me one, please, Spirit. Cancer. I'm going to do 3 shuffles. One more. Spirit. The deck. Okay, how does Cancer feel about Sagittarius? 5 of Swords. Okay, Cancer's feeling there's a little bit of conflict, ego conflict here. Cancer's feeling conflicted when it comes to Sagittarius in some way. Maybe they don't agree with something, or they feel like you're not on the same page, and they're in their ego about that. They're feeling a little bit competitive maybe. But the energy here, if you're dealing with a Cancer and this resonates with you, this is somebody that is very focused on what you're offering them, not so much focused on what they're bringing to the table. And this is not a very nice energy. I would step away from this person, because it doesn't matter what you try and do here, you won't win. They see everything you're doing and saying as competition, and they're going to be stubborn and they're going to push against it. This is the card of the person that is in a very narcissistic energy, very much in their ego. I want to win at all costs. And if you're not helping me win, if you're not doing what it is I feel you should be doing, then I'm going to kick you to the curb. This is the 5 of Swords. Is you step onto the battleground with them to help them fight their battles, and then they end up stabbing you to death too, because they forget who their friends are. They just see enemies everywhere. You understand? Right. Am I forgetting anyone? Virgo. I did Virgo already. Leo. I didn't do Leo. How's Leo feeling about Sagittarius? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. I've got the King of Cups. There's a lot of feelings here. There's a lot of love here. A lot of emotions coming up here. The King of Cups feels a lot of love for you, Sagittarius. The King of Cups also feels, I don't know why Spirit's showing me there's a massive ocean they've got to swim through. And the King of Cups feels like they need to do things on their own terms when it comes to this connection. Underneath the deck, Spirit said, look under the deck, there's also some depression, or I don't know what to do about these feelings that I have for Sagittarius. The ocean that I've got to swim through to get to them just seems daunting. But there's a lot of love here. Okay, that's your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If it resonates, don't forget to comment. And guys, if you'd like to get a personal reading, this is a general reading, so everything may not resonate. If you'd like to take a closer look at your personal situation, or you'd like to get some spiritual coaching, maybe you have an area in your life that you would like to receive personal channeled antidote to your problem, what it is I need to do practically to clear this up energetically, you're welcome to contact me. My email is below. Whatever you do what is best for you. Love and life, love and light. And I will see you next time. Bye now.